Ever just wished you could re-roll a dice? Or help make sure that scroll gets properly inscribed? Well, wish no more. Here at Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, we have just the thing. For the low price of 100 gold piece pearl and burning your family alive, you too can cast this Dunamancy spell, Fortune's Favor. So, inscribe now, and forever be burdened by the guilt of knowing your family got their flesh burned off of them in your childhood home. Hey everybody, Nick Begovich here, creator of Wizard of the Tavern. Today we're going to be going over the spell, Fortune's Favor. This is a spell that came out by Critical Role in the book Explorer's Guide to Wildemount, and it's been seen cast many a times by our lovable scamp, Caleb Widogast, who may or may not have a tragic backstory. Since first seen, this spell has dominated the world as one of the premier wizard spells a wizard can have. And here at Wizard of the Tavern, we're going to be going over exactly why that is. Let's begin. Fortune Favor states, you impart latent luck to yourself or one willing creature you can see within range. When the chosen creature makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw before the spell ends, it can dismiss this spell on itself to roll an additional d20 and choose which of the d20s to use. Alternatively, when an attack roll is made against the chosen creature, it can dismiss this spell on itself to roll a d20 and choose which of the d20s to use, the one it rolled or the one the attacker rolled. If the original d20 roll has advantage or disadvantage, the creature rolls the additional d20 after advantage or disadvantage has been applied to the original roll. When you cast a spell using a spell level slot of 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each spell slot above 2nd. So, let's go over the pros. The pros are, 1, it can give someone the luck ability for an hour, it has a large versatility, and it is great in ensuring critical rolls are positive. Obviously, this is a pretty solid spell. Basically, what this does is it gives you or a party member advantage on one roll for the next hour. To put it more simply, you are going to increase your chances to hit by 32%, increase your chances to save from a spell by 21%, and beat the average hard skill check by 22%. If that's not a great spell for you, there's little else that's going to excite you. The biggest reason this is huge is because it applies to any person's roll. This means the versatility on this spell is both large and significant from level 3 all the way to level 20, making this one of the strongest spells in the game. The next thing to go over for Fortune's Favor are the cons. The big cons are it's expensive to cast, it might not work, but really, that's about it. The biggest downside to this spell is cost to cast. Fortune Favor requires 100 gold piece pearl that is consumed upon casting, meaning even if your roll fails, you still lose out on that 100 gold piece pearl. This can be incredibly expensive at level 3, often depleting an adventurer's entire savings just for one use of the spell. Even at later levels, this can be incredibly hard to acquire, becoming an adventure in itself to find 100 gold piece pearl to restock on. As a result, this must be tracked and planned for. The second negative trait to this spell is it's not guaranteed to work. Your cleric might cast a 9th level guiding bolt, even rolling it at advantage through Fortune's Favor, but they can still miss. Just because you increase your odds by 32% to hit does not mean you're going to hit 100% of the time. As a result, don't bank on this spell and always have a backup plan. Cleric missed with the guiding bolt, have a teleportation spell ready to get you out and save the party. Because if you rely on one spell every time, you are doomed to fail when it doesn't work. Now, with that said, those are really the only downsides, and that it's expensive to cast and it's a spell you shouldn't always rely on. So, let's go over the applications to this spell. There are 3 easy to find applications for Fortune's Favor. 1 is a use it on party members performing pivotal moments. It's great in roleplay luck builds, and it's even better in support builds. These are obvious uses of the spell, but the fact that you can give your wizard advantage on investigation checks to find out the big band's weakness, or giving the person with a low dexterity the ability to save against an adult fire's dragon breath, can be crucial to the party. However, what you guys might not know is it's great for certain builds too. The most obvious example is roleplay luck builds. This uses races like Halfling who have the luck ability, or subclasses such as Wild Magic Sorcerer who can influence their dice rolls to change how they play. This pairs really well with those builds as not only does it have great roleplay synergy with those builds, but it can also help mitigate downsides to wild magic sorcerers and other negative effects that these kinds of builds can sometimes have. But this truly shines in support builds. These are your clerics, your wizards, and other classes that are designed to make other party members perform better. Sure, your Bladesinger is going to love this spell, and it's going to use it a lot. However, this really allows the support builds to truly shine in their playstyles and making sure other party members perform really well. In conclusion, the spell is overall fantastic. Its high versatility and be able to be used in any D&D scenario is absolutely huge, making it noteworthy from level 3 all the way to level 20. While the cost is expensive at low levels, it is a purchase well worth it to help ensure your success in a certain scenario. Finally, this is a spell every player will love and should be automatically included in players who have a support playstyle. If you are unsure how to utilize your playstyle to have the most fun in D&D, I highly suggest you check out my book, linked down below, that is called Beginner's Guide to D&D. Not only does it include a ton of useful information, it also goes over the 4 major playstyles any D&D player has, as well as how to effectively leverage your playstyle to get the most fun out of any session. Well, that wraps up the video today. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear when was a time in D&D you wish you had fortune's favor on you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and may all your rolls be natural.